What happened to the Mary Celeste in 1872? The story of the Mary Celeste is one of the most enduring maritime mysteries. The Mary Celeste was a two-masted 103-foot-long brigantine designed for transatlantic trade. However, its most famous chapter unfolded years later, in December 1872. Under the command of Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs, the Mary Celeste departed New York City on November 7, 1872, bound for Genoa, Italy. On board were Captain Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and a crew of 7. The ship was loaded with a cargo of denatured alcohol, a substance used in manufacturing and as a fuel for lamps. For days, the Mary Celeste sailed smoothly across the ocean. Captain Briggs and his crew worked hard, making sure everything was fine. However, about a month later, on December 4, 1872, the British brigantine Dei Gratia spotted the Mary Celeste drifting aimlessly in the Atlantic Ocean. The ship was in a seaworthy condition, with its sails partially set and its cargo intact. However, there was no sign of the crew or passengers. Upon boarding the Mary Celeste, the crew of the Dei Gratia found the ship deserted but seemingly undisturbed. Personal belongings, including valuables, remained on board. The ship's log, last updated on November 25, indicated that everything had been normal until that date. The mystery deepened as subsequent investigations failed to provide a satisfactory explanation for the disappearance of the crew. There were no signs of foul play or violence. Theories ranging from piracy to mutiny to natural disasters were considered, but none could fully account for the crew's sudden departure. Theory 1. Piracy. One of the earliest theories proposed was that the Mary Celeste fell victim to piracy. It speculated that pirates attacked the ship, killed the crew, and then made off with valuable cargo. However, there were no signs of violence or struggle found on the ship, and valuable cargo was left untouched, casting doubt on this theory. Theory 2. Mutiny. Another theory is that there was a mutiny among the crew. It suggested that tensions on board reached a breaking point, leading the crew to turn against Captain Briggs and his officers. However, there was no evidence of a mutiny found on the ship, and personal belongings and valuables were left behind, indicating a sudden departure rather than a planned revolt. Theory 3. Insurance fraud. Some have proposed that Captain Briggs or members of the crew intentionally abandoned the ship as part of an insurance fraud scheme. It's speculated that they may have planned to sink the ship and then claim the insurance money. However, there is little evidence to support this theory, and it's unlikely given Captain Briggs' reputation as a responsible and experienced captain. Theory 4. Alcohol fumes. One theory suggests that the crew abandoned ship due to the presence of alcohol fumes from the cargo. It's possible that a leak in the barrels of industrial alcohol caused fumes to build up, leading the crew to believe the ship was at risk of exploding. However, there's no definitive evidence to support this theory, and the cargo was largely intact when the ship was discovered. Theory 5. Natural causes. Some believe that natural causes, such as a sudden storm or waterspout, may have forced the crew to abandon ship in a hurry. It's speculated that adverse weather conditions could have posed a threat to the safety of the vessel, prompting the crew to evacuate. Theory 6. Supernatural explanations. As with many maritime mysteries, there are also more fantastical theories involving sea monsters, ghosts, or other supernatural forces. While these theories are not grounded in evidence, they add to the mystique and intrigue surrounding the Mary Celeste. Although speculating on what happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste is challenging due to the lack of concrete evidence. However, based on the available information and various theories, here's a speculative scenario. Imagine it's December 4, 1872, and the Mary Celeste is sailing through the Atlantic Ocean. Everything seems normal aboard the ship until an unforeseen event occurs. A sudden and intense storm rolls in. The storm is fierce, with powerful winds and towering waves crashing against the ship's hull. Captain Benjamin Briggs realizes that the storm poses a significant threat to the safety of the Mary Celeste and its crew. In a moment of panic, he orders the crew to abandon ship, fearing that it may not withstand the force of the storm. As the crew hastily launches the lifeboats and prepares to evacuate, chaos ensues on board the Mary Celeste. In their rush to escape the storm, they leave behind their personal belongings and valuables, intending to return once the weather calms down. Meanwhile, the storm rages on, making it difficult for the crew to navigate the lifeboats. They drift for days, battling the elements and struggling to stay afloat. Exhausted and disoriented, they eventually lose sight of the Mary Celeste and are left adrift in the vast expanse of the ocean. Back on the Mary Celeste, the storm subsides, leaving the ship floating on the calm waters. The crew's sudden disappearance puzzles those who come across the abandoned vessel, sparking speculation and theories about what could have happened. The fate of the crew of the Mary Celeste remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries of all time. Numerous books, articles, and documentaries have explored the case, keeping the legend of the Mary Celeste alive for over a century. Despite extensive research and speculation, the truth behind the ship's abandonment continues to add to its mystique as the ghost ship of the Atlantic. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button or subscribe button for more interesting topics.